I want to bring in our next guest, a special guest, actually, the Navy SEAL who killed Usama bin Laden. Rob O'Neill is with us this morning. Rob, maybe I've got a rather strange question for you to start with, but what were you doing and where were you on September the 10th, 2001?
Good to talk with you again, Stuart. I was at SEAL Team 2. I joined the Navy in 1996, and we had just finished a rotation in Kosovo, which was a peacekeeping mission, but we considered that the closest combat we'd ever get in our careers. And then we'd gone back to Germany, and I was living in a barracks room up there and going into work every day checking emails on September 10th. And then the next day, September 11th, I was again checking emails in the office, and they went to breaking news, and the world changed.
The world changed for you and the SEALs at that point, because you realized something had really happened here.
We realized after the second plane hit the South Tower that everything just changed, that was Al-Qaeda. Someone did say Osama bin Laden within, half a minute, and we're no longer going to deploy to train with our allies in Europe and Africa and the Middle East. We are going to Sudan or Afghanistan, and we're going to fight these guys, and we're going to bring justice to them in the form of brutality.
Was there an immediate ramping up of SEAL team activity?
Well, we started getting more prepared to go to the desert than as opposed to going to train in like the jungles or something like that. We just weren't quite sure right away what it was going to be. Once they pinpointed Taliban and Al-Qaeda were in Afghanistan, they started sending in intelligence folks first, and then Army Special Forces, the famous horse soldiers, and then our big bombers with the amazing pilots in them. But yeah, it was a ramped up for we're going to be fighting, and it's probably going to be forever.
Would you fast forward to the moment that you shot bin Laden? Just take us through that, please, because it's very important. A lot of people want to know more about that, the moment itself.
When we went in, it wasn't the way we planned it to be. Guys, I was so proud of everyone ahead of me. We went up the stairs, ran into Khalid bin Laden. The guy in front took care of him. When we got to the final set of stairs, it was down to two of us, one guy in front of me and then me as the two-man. My job was to squeeze his shoulder to let him know to go up. He convinced me to go sooner than I wanted to because he knew they were suicide bombers, but he thought we could get them if we went now. And I squeezed him. He was brave. I was more of a let's get it over with. I'm tired of thinking about blowing up. We went up the stairs. There was a curtain at the top of the stairs, and he opened that and tackled a few people he thought were suicide bombers, which to this day is one of the bravest things I've ever seen. Because he went one way, I went the other. And when I turned that corner, there was Osama bin Laden about 3 feet away from me, standing up with his hands on his wife Amal's shoulders. I was surprised how close he was. I figured he would have barricaded somewhere, but he was right there. He was maneuvering. He wasn't surrendering. He was tall and skinny with a gray beard, but I recognized his nose, assumed he was a suicide bomber, and I've dealt with suicide bombers before. It's very fast and loud and scary and permanent, and I knew I needed to shoot him in the face, and so I did 3 times, and that was it.
You were only 3 feet from him? Did you instantly realize that's him?
I recognized his nose, and I knew that was him. I'd seen his face 1,000 times, and that's him. And if he was surrendering, hopefully, with a shirt off showing he didn't have a suicide belt, I may have taken him alive, but he had basically a second to convince me not to kill him. He didn't do it, and I killed him.
What were your orders, may I ask? I don't know whether you're allowed to tell me or not, but were you supposed to take him alive?
Well, it was what we call a kill-capture mission. Meaning we will kill him, but if we can capture him and not put the force on the ground at any risk, or even the civilians on the ground at risk, you can take him. So high risk, though, he didn't have a lot of time, and he didn't convince. He was doing something that wasn't surrendering, and I had to treat him as I was in contact and in imminent danger, and I had a positive identification, so I took the shots. They were easy shots.
Whatever you say, Rod. Rob O'Neill, you're something else, and we thank you very much for being on this program all these years. Much appreciated, sir, and we salute your gallantry, too. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, my friend.